ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। One ਬੇਨਤੀ to everybody, ਜਦੋਂ ਕਥਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ, whenever there is no katha, still please join so that we can practice, right? Naam, it's an abhyas, right? So as in coming in the sangat and practicing it is very important. Katha is important, but gyan is important. But what good gyan is without the dhyan, right? So ਆਪਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ. So going on with the topics from the last time, right? We discussed about Sukham Sharir, right? The subtle body. And we are trying to connect these dots, Gurbani's perspective, right? What is Gurbani's perspective on Sukham Sharir? What is Gurbani's perspective on out-of-body experience, near-death experience? Now, one most important which people have questions is, and there are a lot of misconceptions on that. The topic is about the ghosts and goblins. ਨਾ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹੀ ਆ, ਕਈ ਕੋਟ ਭੂਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ ਸ਼ੂਕਰ ਮਿਰਗਾਚ, that there are millions of ghosts, goblins and jinns. And then Gurbani talks about that there are millions, right? So as per Gurbani's perspective, Pret is also a June. Pret June aapa kehne on, hai na? So while everything is fine, but Gurbani stresses a lot on one thing, that without the Naam, we all are in Pret June. Naam is why Gurbani says that, why Gurmat says that, because without Naam, we wander. Our desires, our hopes, our wishes, we wander like a pret, we like a ghost. We have to understand this perspective, and this is very important, especially when you are new to the spiritual life. It is very important to understand that, because there is always a curiosity, and that we want to learn more and more about this, right? Gurbani says, Kal mein pret, jinn naam na pachata. That in this Kal Yug, though the people who are called pret, they are living prets, as in with the physical body, who have not recognized the Naam, as in whosoever has not understood the Naam, not recognized the Naam, is not japping Naam, not chanting Naam. They are just like Pret, because that's what the Pret do, the ghosts do. Pret ਜੂਨ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ ਵੀ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਥਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਜੀ ਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਭਟਕਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਆਤਮਾਵਾਂ ਭਟਕਦੀ ਹੈ. So what exactly the Pret is, ghost is, or jinn is? Jinn is the word which is mostly used from in Islam, right? They talk, Quran Sharif talks a lot about jinns. So just like Gurbani talks about Pret, they call it a jinns, and they define the different types of jinns and all that stuff. But remember one thing, all these evil spirits are in the low dimension, very, very low dimension. Not even in the dimension where we normally exist. They are very low dimension. What does that mean? Our mind goes through different states. ਮਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਵੱਖੋ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਅਵਸਥਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਦਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? So we know about sakats, and I think when we'll start continuing the Kabirji's slok, I think the next slok which will come is about sakat again. But we have discussed about the sakat. Sakat is totally materialistic person whose mind is totally busy in Maya, physical stuff. He has a lot of desires, wishes, and everything is Maya. He or she doesn't care about anything. The mind doesn't care about anything else. It's only about Maya, Maya, Maya. And it's a very, very dangerous route. Because what happens is, ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਭੂਤ ਚਮੜ ਗਿਆ, this that. Gurbani rejects that concept, that this, that's a misconception. Mostly ਜਿਹੜਾ ਭੂਤ ਚਮੜਨ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, yeah, maybe they are surrounding you or something, but they cannot enter your physical body. Because Pret in Gurbani, just like I mentioned earlier, is just like a June. Now it is like just like the same thing when somebody will say dog in dog, or dog entered in cat. They are separate Junes. ਇੱਕ ਜੂਨ ਦੂਜੇ ਜੂਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ enter ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ. Now people will say, oh no, I have heard, I have seen in the villages, they speak different language. Some people who have Pret Atma in them and all that stuff. It's not like that. Most of the, and recently, lately, I've dealt with a lot of people who came and said that they have Put inside them and Pret, and they changed their voice and everything, right? It is something basically going on in their life, some difficulty going on in their life, some problems going on in their life. In previous time, mostly, even today, there is a lot of exorcism. The people in the villages and all, people say, oh, okay ਜੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਭੂਤ ਚਮੜਿਆ ਦਾ ਭੂਤ ਕਢਵਾਣਾ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਦੀ ਸਿਆਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਦਾ ਭੂਤ ਕਢਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ. But this is mostly mental issues, right? Psychological issues. Rather than going to the psychiatrists and all, they go to these kind of fake people, and they charge a lot of money. So be aware of that, right? ਬੜਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ, ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਏਦਾਂ ਰਿਲੇਟਿਵ, when you're walking in the path of the Gurmat, they are not going to these places ਕਹਿਣ ਵੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਭੂਤ ਚਮੜਿਆ ਜੀ, ਇਹਦਾ ਤੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਏਦਾਂ, and all that stuff. We have to make sure that we understand what is the concept. Mostly what happens is your mind gets connected to the Akash Tat. Akash Tat, we have 5 elements in our body: air, water, fire, earth, and sky, right? Akash Tat. Akash Tat is where everything is stored. Whatever we are speaking right now, Panji did a beautiful Kirtan just now. Everything is getting stored in the Akash Tat. And there is an ability, Gursikhs have an ability that they can talk via Akash Tat, or find things which have already happened in the past and future. ਅਸੀਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਸੁਨ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਕੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ you can talk via Akash, you can even find the things which have happened in the past. It is all in the Akash Tat, in the sky, in the cloud, right? Not the cloud technology which we are using today, but we are talking about the element, the physical element of the body, the Akash Tat, right? That's where all the information is stored. Again, sun galla Akash ki, kita iris. And then now we are basically, Maharaj is calling us heat, because when we are using this technology of mobile phones and everybody, what we are doing, we are mimicking the real stuff. We are cheating it. Because in reality, if you're at a high spiritual state, you can actually talk with each other through intuition, through the cloud, through the sky, through the Akash Tat, है ना? ਤੇ ਉਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਭੂਤ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਭੂਤ ਚਮੜ ਗਿਆ, and they say that okay, that there's a ghost inside this person. Actually, there is no ghost. What happens is sometimes they get connected with the Akash Tat. And in Akash Tat, just like I mentioned, everything, whatever is happening in this world or has happened in the world is stored there. So the connection connects there, and sometimes they speak different languages also, right? But most of the times there is some tension, stress in the family, and this happens a lot in villages and all, where ladies are, or the females are not treated well. Sometimes men also, but mostly ladies. They and to get an attention of other people, they are, since they have been treated very badly, they behave like that, huh? ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਿਰ ਵੀ ਹਿਲਾਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਕੇਸ ਵੀ ਖੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, and these fake babas, they'll say, oh, we'll do exorcism, and they'll try to grab money out of this, but actually in reality they have some problems, stress problems, tension, depression, something is going on. Rather than taking them to the psychiatrists and all, people spend money with the babas and all. Now that's one perspective. There is another perspective also, and that also happens. Now remember one thing: whatever you do, whosoever you are, whatever thoughts goes in your mind, you will attract different spirits. All of these spirits are invisible. They are not visible. There are good spirits as in angels. There are bad spirits as in ghosts or goblins, right? Or jinn, as in Islam they call it, right? But they are invisible, right? They don't have that, you cannot see them. You cannot see them. You might experience them depending upon what kind of a ghost is there, right? As per Gurmat, they are made out of air element. But Islam perspective is that they are made out of fire. So there are some, but irrespective of that, wherever, whatever thoughts you take, ਜਿਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੁਰਨੇ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਉਹ ਜੇ ਆਤਮਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਜੀਵ ਆਤਮਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਟਰੈਕਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. But Gurbani says Pret is a June, and there are millions of them. And maybe right now, wherever you are sitting, I'm not trying to scare you or anything here, there might be some ghosts, but ghosts will only go to the place where there is no Naam, where there is no Gurbani, where there is mostly Sakat kind of living is there. Where people are living just like Sakats, where there is a lust, greed, anger all the time, ladaiyan, chagde, doubts, dubida, duality. That's when we attract these bad spirits. When we jap Naam, Pariyan will come to you. Pariyan Shabad Gavanaiyan, right? So these Pariyan, what is Pari? Pari is nothing but an angel, angel spirits. Dev Lok de. No, some people also call them Shaheed Singhs. Shaheed Singh ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ, right? But what are they? ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ lifetime ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ they have done a lot of bhakti, but at the end they have not merged with Vaheguru. Vaheguru ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਜੇ merge ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏ. ਲੇਕਿਨ ਮਾਲਕ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਨੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਇਹ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, they exist, but it cannot come close to us, as in Gurmukhs, all of us here in the Sangat. Why? If you are created a Rakhya Chakra of Gurbani and Naam, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜਦਾ ਵੈ all the time, ਨਾਮ ਜਪਦਾ ਵੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਲੇਕਿਨ exist ਦੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ. Especially for the goblins, there is a beautiful Shabad. I'm not going to discuss the whole Shabad because of the lack of time, but let's discuss this. Gaban, Hevan, Haram, Kustani, Murdar, Bakhrai. This is in Arabic. Guru Arjan Dev Ji's Shabad. Again, I'll repeat. Gaban, Hevan, Haram, Kustuni, Murdar, Bakhrai, Dil Kabaj Kabja, Kadro, Dojak Sajaye. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ, whenever we try to have lot of desires, wrong kind of desires, bad kind of a desires for a lifetime, or we want to achieve this, we want, and then you use all the negative means to achieve your ambition of your life, then we are attracted with these goblins. And these goblins can eat not only just the physical body, but not only just the dead carcasses, but they can actually eat the physical live body also. And that's why there are a lot of paranormal activities which have been reported. But you don't have to worry. I would say even to that level, that if you are even a little bit spiritual, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਮੱਥਾ ਵੀ ਟੇਕਦੇ, ਥੋੜੀ ਬਹੁਤੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਲਾਗੇ ਵੀ ਐ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣਗੇ. They will not come near, because they are in very, very low dimensions. There are multiple. This world, this universe is multi-dimensional, right? Only when our surt goes very, very low, down, then only they attract. And the other thing is, when they are surrounding us and all that stuff, when these guys will surround somebody, they will have a lot of diseases. ऐसे पीछे मालिक ने सानू चढ़दी कला च रहन वास्ते क्या है? Positivity. Always be with वाहिगुरु सच्चे पातशाह. Another perspective for this is, and be very careful and on this. Remember, we talked about that there are multiple ways to go out of body, have an out of body experience. A lot of people try that. Rather than going through the Shabad, they go through their own mat, right? They go through the techniques available on the internet and they try to do that. When you will come out of your body without Gurmat way, without Naam, without Shabad, you will end up in these lower dimensions. And even if you are not attracting any ghosts and goblins, when you use these techniques, you will attract them. They will come with you. Some people, there are a lot of things which happens out there, because that's also a totally different dimension, totally different world, invisible world. Just like our sukham sharir is invisible, their body is invisible, but when you come out of your physical body, you can actually see them. So it's very important that we only and only follow the Shabad. ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੁਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, when we go to the sun, we have to listen to the Shabad. ਗੁਰ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਜਪਦਿਆਂ ਹੀ ਸੁਨ ਚ ਜਾਣਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਜਾਪ ਕਰਦਿਆਂ ਹੀ ਜਾਣਾ, then you will not end up in a lower dimension. And then when you go into the sun, you're there, you have to listen to the Shabad with the kripa of Guru Sahib. Anhat Shabad ਉੱਥੇ ਸੁਣਨਾ. So these are very, very important things which we have to take care of. ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ control your urges. The more desires you have, the dirty desires you have, first of all, your lifetime will be hell, right? Because money cannot buy happiness. Happiness ਦਾ ਤੇ ਬੜਾ ਸੌਖਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਹੈਗਾ. ਗਾਵੀਏ, ਸੁਣੀਏ, ਮਨ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਭਾਉ, ਹਨਾ? ਅਸੀਂ ਗਾਉਣਾ ਵੈ, ਸੁਣਨਾ ਵੈ, ਆਪਣੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇਣਾ. ਅਗਲੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਗਾਵੀਏ, ਸੁਣੀਏ, ਮਨ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਭਾਉ, ਦੁੱਖ ਪਰ ਹਰ ਸੁਖ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਜਾਏ. ਦੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਦਿਓ, give your ਦੁੱਖ and take the ਸੁਖ. ਸੁਖ ਸਿਰਫ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗਾ, only in the ਨਾਮ. All other sukh, all other happiness is temporary. Let it be food, let it be going somewhere, let it be anything. It's all temporary. ऐसे पीछे अपने ਜਿਹੜੇ desires है ना, ਅਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ controlled mind ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਰੱਖਣੇ ਹੈ, ਸੰਕੋਚ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਣੇ. ਦਿਲ ਕਬਜ ਕਬਜਾ ਕਾਦਰੋ ਦੋਜਕ ਸਜਾਏ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਬਜ ਮਤਲਬ control your urges, because this Maya, if will not control our urges, if will not control our desires, Maya ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ urges ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, then what will happen? ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੋਜਕ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਦਰ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਧਰਮਰਾਜ ਫਿਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਜ਼ਾ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ. Then we'll get a punishment from the Dharamraj. And if our birti surti is so down, well, we may become a ghost ourselves. We may become a goblin ourselves. 84 ਲੱਖ ਜੂਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ. This is part of 84 ਲੱਖ ਜੂਨ. So if you are totally and totally with the Vaheguru Sache Pasha all the time. Jitton bhi time mile, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. In the car, try to listen to the kirtan rather than songs, right? With the family, do the sangat with the family. Then these things will not even come close to you. But what will come close to you then? Something will still come, because something has to fill these gaps. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਖਾਲੀ ਖਲਾ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਨਾ, this sun, this empty space which we see, somebody has to fill that void. Maharaj will do a kirpa and he will send his own pariyan, devlok devasi, pariyan, angels. And these angels are sent to help you out in your spiritual journey. They will help you sometimes when you are in pain or something, when the way you are sitting and all, they will help you. They will not even let you sleep. Sometimes they will say, do the job. They will help you doing that. You will feel the good positive energy around you and you will feel like doing Simran. Amrit vele uthange. Ik wari sare, when we sleep in the night, everybody wake up at between 2 to 3 a.m. once. But what we do is we sleep again. But with the Vaheguru Ji's kirpa, ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੀਏ ਅਸੀਂ 2 ਵਜੇ 3 ਵਜੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਪ ਸਕੀਏ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਾਈਮ ਬਤਾ ਸਕੀਏ, and if we can do Amrit Vela Simran and Gurbani and all, then what will happen? Maharaj will do lot of kirpa. We don't have to worry about these goblins and ghosts. It's all angels and our journey will be through, and with Vaheguru Ji's kirpa, we'll get his darshan. So ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, we have to try, ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਮਾਲਕ ਅੱਗੇ, ਮਾਲਕ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰ, all the time ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਨਿਮਾਣੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਨਿਮਾਣਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਮਾਣ ਹੈ. So we have to do the ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰ, so that I can merge back in you. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ what is this? ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਮਿਲਨ ਕੀ ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਬਰੀਆ, ਅਵਰ ਕਾਜ ਤੇਰੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਾਮ, ਮਿਲ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਭਜ ਕੇਵਲ ਨਾਮ. ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. We have to recognize that the goal of our life is, the purpose of our life is to meet ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ. ਆਓ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਮਾਲਕ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰੀਏ. ਲੈਟਸ ਡੂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਤੇ ਆਓ ਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਸ ਗਿਰਾਸ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ. We have to do ਸਾਸ ਗਿਰਾਸ ਸਿਮਰਨ. We have to say ਵਾਹ, listen, ਗੁਰੂ listen. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੈਕਰੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਚ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਬੈਕਰੀ ਬਾਣੀ is ਉੱਚੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼, out loud. Then we'll go in ਮਧਵਾ, ਹੋਲੀ ਚਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਫਿਰ then ਅੰਤਰਗਤ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ will do ਕਿਰਪਾ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਰਾਂ ਬਾਣੀ ਵੀ ਸੁਣਾ ਦੇਣਗੇ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ. Any questions if you have, you can ask right now. Otherwise, we are going to start Simran. ठीक है जी. आओ जी शुरू करिए. We have to say वाह. We have to listen. Guru, we have to listen. आओ जी शुरू करिए. वाह Guru, 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 Guru, वाह 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 Guru, Va, 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 Guru, Va,
Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Va, Guru, Guru, Va, 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 Guru, Vai, 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 Guru. Now we have to do a long simran so that we can go in sahaj. Madhuma de vich karna hai, lamba simran karange. Vai, Guru, Vai, Guru. सारे ने बोल के करना है. We have to chant. अंतर्गत नहीं अजय जाना, उच्ची बोल के करना. वाह गुरु, 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 गुरु, वाह 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 अंतर्गत जाई जाओ. Keep on looking in the front while eyes are closed. Body should be totally relaxed. अंतर्गत जाई जाना. होली होली सहज सहज सिमरन करदे अंदर जाना. वाह गुरु 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 गुरु श्वासां दे नाल जोड़ लो. Connect it with your breath. Breathe going in, say Va. Breathe coming out, say Guru. Little bit tummy in, tummy out. Va. Guru. Va. Guru. Va. Guru. Va. Guru. Va. Guru. Va. Guru. Guru, Vaha, 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 Guru. Put all your focus inside your ears and keep on looking in the front. Stop the Gurmantar jap here. If you listen to the Naad or Shabad and Hat Shabad, focus on that in your ears. Samne dekhi jao. When you get a thought, inhale from your nostrils, hold your breath for a couple of seconds. Inside you can do Vaheguru, 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 and then exhale through the mind. Total focus inside your ears. Oh. Open your eyes a little bit now. Just look into the empty space while you're listening to the Shabad. Open your eyes more. थोड़ियां जियां होर अखां खोल लो, सारियां नहीं खोलनियां. Don't open it fully. Look in the front as close as possible. Open your eyes fully. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. हम अवगुण परे, एक गुण नाही. अमृत छाड़ बिखै बिख खाई. माया मोह परम पै भूलै. सुत दारा स्यों प्रीत लगाई. एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत. तै मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाई. एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की. गुर रामदास राखो शरनाई. एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की. ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸ਼ਰਨਾਈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਜੀ। We'll meet tomorrow again at 5 p.m. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,